Hello, welcome back to my channel. So this tutorial is going to be on how to sew single welt pockets. So let's get right into the tutorial together. So this is my welt pocket. I fixed the first one. So the dimension of my welt pocket is 5 inches by 0.6 inches. So this is my welt pocket. This shorter line that you can see my tape rule on is 0.6 inches, and I went ahead to divide that into two. That's how I got that midpoint inside. So it's 2 inches from the back crotch and 3.5 inches from the waistline. So now I am going to go ahead. This is my pocket. Do you understand? So the width of this pocket is 8 inches and the length is 15 inches. Do you understand? And then I've gone ahead to iron fusible interfacing to about 6 inches of that pocket. Can you see? You see, I didn't iron the fusible interfacing all the way. Do you understand? So just iron it to about 5 to 6 inches. So this is my pocket. I'm just going ahead to trace that very well so that I'll be able to transcribe that same thing onto the pocket. Do you understand? Because I need that same diagram on the pocket. So to do that, I'm going to be using my iron to do that. But first off, I will pin. Do you understand? And you can see me hitting my pocket to the main trouser. That's because I'm trying to make the markings on the chalk. Can you see that the markings on the main trouser has come onto the pocket? Can you see? You should have seen it when I lifted it up a bit. So I've pinned them together. You can actually see it. So I'm going to use my iron now to mark those points. I'm pressing that place. Do you understand? I folded it to where the marking, the first line was. Can you see that? And I ironed it so that there will be a sort of like indentation there. So I'm just tracing along that indentation. Can you see that? So I'm going to do that for the other side. Can you see? Folded it to where the chalk marking is, and I'm using my iron to press to create an indentation on the pocket itself so that I'll be able to transcribe that same drawing of the welt pocket. Do you understand? The opening of the welt pocket to the pocket fabric. So I'm doing that for the sides too. Can you see that? Folding it to where the chalk marking is, ironing it, and you can see the indentation, and I'm just drawing along that place. So I'm doing that for the fourth side. Can you see that? So you can see that even as I've lifted it, you can see the chalk marking has come onto the pocket fabric. So I'm pinning it, and then I'm going to redraw. I'm also going to fold it to where the middle marking is. You know, we have 3 horizontal lines and 2 vertical lines. So that's mid horizontal line. I'm trying to translate that same measurement. So the pocket fabric, so I can also have 3 lines on the pocket fabric. Do you understand that? So this is me just tracing it out on the back. Do you understand? So you can see now I've traced out exactly what was on the trouser fabric to the pocket. So now this is me imputing those 4 diagonal lines. Do you understand? You would understand as time goes by, but those are just really tiny lines, maybe about 1 centimeter or thereabout. Do you understand? So just do it the way I have done it. So again, the width is 5 inches by 0.6 inches, and that middle horizontal line is 0.3 inches. Do you understand that? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and sew on this. So I'm sewing those 4 the full rectangle. Do you understand? Not that middle line, just the full rectangle. So the 5 inches by 0.6 inches. So I'll sew up that whole thing. So I'm going ahead to stitch it. Can you see that? I've stitched it, and then look at the back. You won't be able to see it clearly because I used black thread, but I'm going to just use chalk sewed. So can you see the areas that I sewed? Can you see? So I've just essentially sewed out the rectangle. So I'm just drawing out this middle line because we need it, and then I'm going to mark those diagonal lines again. Do you get? I'll mark those 4 diagonal lines again. Can you see that? So watch what I'm going to do next. I'm folding this into 2, and then I'm going to cut along that middle. Can you see that middle horizontal line? So I've cut a bit of it, and then I'm going to now go ahead and split it, but I'm slitting it to stop where that diagonal, the tip of that triangle. Can you see that? To the triangle, and then I'll cut to the seam, but I'll ensure I don't cut through the seam. Do you understand? So this is just sort of like a notch so that you can turn it properly. So can you see that I'm just going ahead to notch it properly so that I'll be able to turn it and it will balance very, very well. So can you see? So I've essentially cut the middle seam and then those diagonal lines. Can you see that? So I'm going to now flip my pocket into, do you understand, to the other side. Can you see? So I'll flip it to the other side and then I'm going to go ahead and iron it very, very well. So you see I've ironed it here. Can you see that? And in ironing it, I put hemming gum just at the top. Oh, at the top. Don't put at the bottom side, but just at the top. Do you understand? That's the waistline area. So you can see how neat and smooth it is. You can see my rectangle properly. So now watch what I'm going to do next. I'm going to lift. Can you see? I'm going to lift this up like this and lift it to the tip of the opening. Can you see that? It mustn't cover the opening. Ensure it doesn't cover the opening because your pocket must be open, just to the tip of that opening. So I'm ironing it out so that it will just stay flat, and then I'm also going to put hemming gum in between there. Can you see? So I'm ironing it out. So notice that it didn't cover the opening. Do you understand? I just ironed it to meet the other side. Can you see that? So I'm going to go ahead and put hemming gum in between so that it will lay flat and stick together. So this is me just pressing it, giving it a nice press. You really need to iron at this point so that everything is clean. So you see me putting hemming glue in between. Can you see that? I'm going to flip it back again. Can you see? So when I iron it, it will stay. Do you get? So this is me ironing it again. I'm still going to go ahead and iron it very, very well on the ironing table. But can you see? You can already see how nice and smooth my Welt pocket looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and then just stitch. Can you see the 0.6 centimeter edges? Can you see? That's the two vertical sides. So I'll just top stitch, turn the right side and then top stitch. Can you see how sturdy it is because of that hemming gum? Can you see? So the hemming gum helps a whole lot when you are doing Welt pockets. So after doing that, after top stitching, I'll now go ahead and then sew up the sides. Do you understand? So essentially you've created your Welt pocket.
I'm sure you found this tutorial very helpful. Please endeavor to subscribe if you're not subscribed yet and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you.